I woke up reborn on my wedding day. I turned down Xiao Yue, the duke's son who came to kidnap the bride, and married my terminally ill fiancé Jiang Shujin instead. In my past life, I had a crush on Xiao Yue for a whole decade. I thought that kidnapping was a blessing from heaven, a fated match. Like a madwoman, I lifted the sedan curtain and eloped with him. Who knew after marriage he treated me like a maid, a plaything to vent his anger on? He forced me to drink contraceptive soup every day, grinding me down till my life force was spent. Right before I died, I learned the truth. That sensational kidnapping that rocked the capital, it was just a ridiculous bet he made with someone. His true love died in childbirth after being married off far away because of that scandal. He blamed all that hatred on me, resented me for a lifetime, and tortured me for a lifetime. Now the swan horns blared in my ears, and outside the sedan, I heard the sound of him reining in his horse. My maid, Kayun, leaned close to the window and whispered, "Miss, 2 men are blocking the way. Looks like they're here to kidnap the bride." The commotion died down, and a man's lazy voice rang out. "Miss Shen, the duke's son and I are here to snatch the bridal sedan. Do you want to leave with me or with him?" I tightened my grip on the red veil. Before I could speak, Xiao Yu couldn't wait to distance himself. "Bai Chu, I know you like Miss Shen. Today, I'm just here for the ride. Don't drag me into this and make the lady misunderstand." Bai Chu was General Bai's youngest son, close with Xiao Yue since childhood. He teased, "Xiao Yue, haha, oh come on. You really think Miss Shen would fancy you?" I calculated in my heart. Xiao Yue was probably reborn too, because this time he was terrified of being linked to me again. Last life, he and Bai Chu used me as a wager, came to snatch the sedan betting on who I'd run off with, and I, the fool, actually believed it. I recklessly abandoned my fiancé and jumped into Xiao Yue's farce. Just then, the returning duke caught us. Xiao Yue was just fooling around, but got backed into a corner and was forced to marry me. I never knew back then that Bai Chu secretly had a thing for me. Thinking back, whenever we met Bai Chu, Xiao Yue would be especially rough in bed that night. I tapped the carriage window lightly and whispered a few words to Kayun. She nodded, stepped forward and shouted, "My lady asks young Master Bai, do you truly like her?" Bai Chu hesitated, then said with a red face, "Yes, I do have feelings for Miss Shen. Is she willing to come with me?" Kayun opened her mouth to continue, but Xiao Yue cut her off with a cold laugh. He said sarcastically, "Miss Shen really isn't picky, is she? Seems like she'd say yes to any young master who shows up today." "Bai Chu, hurry and get your father to prepare the wedding." Whispers rose from the onlookers. Calmly, I told Kayun to go on. Suppressing her anger, Kayun continued, "Not good. Then why didn't young Master Bai send a marriage proposal before the wedding? Instead of blocking the sedan in the street to ruin her reputation? Humph! Could it be, young Master Bai, that even if you fail, you can just call it a joke? To save your own skin? Outsiders just see gossip. What? Your face matters, but my lady's doesn't." Bai Chu was immediately speechless, stammering, "I didn't..." Kayun ignored him and finished her piece. "My lady says she has no intention of breaking the engagement. Please, young Master Bai and young Master Xiao, step aside. Don't delay her auspicious hour." Xiao Yu's eyes changed. He stared dead at the sedan curtain. As the music started again, I let out a long sigh of relief. This time I finally won't be entangled with Xiao Yue. But the sedan had just been lifted when someone forcefully stopped it from the front. I lost my balance and tumbled out of the sedan, only to be caught by a strong, firm arm. It was my husband-to-be, Jiang Shujin. I nodded. A silent thanks. Xiao Yue withdrew the hand he had also just reached out. He said coldly, "Shen Huayin, you absolutely cannot marry Jiang Shujin." Through the swaying bead curtain, my gaze met his. "Young Master Xiao, what nonsense are you spouting? Jiang Shujin is my husband-to-be. Today is our wedding day. Why on earth shouldn't I marry him?" Xiao Yue stared at me intently and said through gritted teeth, "Shen Huayin, you know very well." I froze. Then I remembered Jiang Shujin would die in half a year. Jiang Shujin was the deputy chief of the Dali Temple, upright, rule-abiding, impartial. Such an honest official was a blessing to the common people, but couldn't survive in the official circles. In half a year, he'd be implicated in a major corruption case, dying wrongfully in prison. He had no family left, and in the end, no one even came to collect his ashes. But even so, I couldn't break off the engagement. In my past life facing my foolishness, Jiang Shujin never once scolded me. He just lowered his gaze calmly and said one sentence. "Then I wish Miss Shen all that her heart desires." Later, by chance, we met once. He saw the bruises on my arm, and even said if I ever needed help with anything, I could go to the Dali Temple to find him. Such a decent good official didn't deserve to die like that. Shen Huayin. "Are you really going to marry him?" Xiao Yue's voice pulled me from my memories. My tone was firm. "No matter what happens, I will marry him." Jiang Shujin's eyes flickered. He secretly clenched his fist tighter. Xiao Yue, however, stared at me darkly and let out a cold laugh. "Fine, just great." Knowing him as I did, he was absolutely furious right now. I didn't get what he was so angry about. This life, he wasn't forced to marry me. He was free to marry his one true love. Everyone wins, not bothering to overthink it. I turned and sat back in the sedan. I thought I could finally marry Jiang Shujin peacefully, but trouble found us again. You go first. No, you. We talked over each other. I burst out laughing. Jiang Shujin couldn't hold it in either, a smile tugging at his lips. First time I've seen him this happy, his usual icy gaze softened, like a frozen river melting into a gentle spring stream. I was totally mesmerized.
我不禁看傻眼了。
Snapping back to reality, I said awkwardly, "You're in trouble this time. All because of me. If you really marry me, you'll probably face more of this. If you regret our engagement..." Jiang Shujin quickly said, "I don't regret it at all. Actually, I wanted to bring this up too. My family isn't well off. And I'm only a vice minister of the Court of Judicial Review. On our wedding day, I had no choice but to leave you alone. If you feel shortchanged, I'm willing to call off the engagement myself." I looked up, stared into his sincere eyes, and said slowly, "What if I refuse to back out? If you don't regret it, I'll protect you with my life, keep you safe forever." Before I was on my own, acted recklessly, never thought about the future. From now on, I'll be smarter. Plan carefully, climb the ranks. I won't let you be pushed around by anyone ever again. His words hit me right in the heart, like they were carved there. My face flushed and I stammered, "Okay, I get what you mean. Just do what feels right to you. Also, let's pick a new auspicious day for our wedding." By the time I walked back to my courtyard, the heat in my face had finally faded. How can Jiang Shujing say such sweet things with a straight face? My lips curved up unconsciously. "You know I'm here. And you're that happy?" I jolted, startled, and looked up. Xiaoyue was standing in my courtyard with a smirk. My face fell immediately. "What are you doing here?" Xiaoyue looked smug. "Your father invited me, of course. What, are there formalities between us now? Need your dad to pass messages?" I frowned. "Why did my father call for you?" Xiaoyue smiled. "Stop playing dumb. To discuss our marriage, obviously. Don't worry, I know you won't be a concubine. I've already compromised. I convinced Yue Rao to let me take you as my second consort. Mid-next month. When I welcome Yeru, you'll enter the manor the same day." Now that Jiang Shujing was safe, I had no more reservations. I said coldly, "Xiaoyue, a second consort is still lesser. I will absolutely not marry you." His face darkened instantly. "Shen Huaiyin," he said lowly. "Don't be greedy. I can't give you a main wife's wedding this time. But for your family status, marrying into the Duke's manor is already a step up. Or is it that you still have Bai Chu in your heart? Want to marry him?" "I don't want to marry him either," I said grimly. "Do I have to choose between the two of you?" I didn't finish my sentence. Xiaoyu suddenly pulled me into his arms. He seemed to let out a sigh of relief and said tenderly, "Good. I bet your heart is all mine." "Huaiyin, I've missed you a little." Then he stared straight at me and actually leaned in to kiss me. I could feel his body reacting. What are you doing? Let me go!" I was so disgusted I almost threw up. I slapped him as hard as I could. "Xiaoyue!" I shouted angrily. "Get away from me!" After Xiaoyue stormed off, I didn't see him for days. Coincidentally, the new wedding date Jiang Shujing and I picked was the same day Xiaoyue was marrying Li Yueru, proving it really was an auspicious day. My parents, of course, refused to agree. They desperately wanted to cancel the engagement. But our birth details were already exchanged. Jiang Shujing wouldn't cancel it, and they didn't dare force the vice minister to take it back. They were counting on everything being settled once I married into the Duke's manor. Jiang Shujing and I stayed silent, letting them have their fun. They'd be celebrating for nothing in the end. A few days later, the day of the princess's spring polo match arrived. My best friend Sumo dragged me along. She had her eye on the prize the princess offered and begged sweetly, "Dear Yin Yin, that hairpin would go perfectly with my new dress. If you team up with me for Chuan, we can definitely win that prize." Looking at her pleading face, I remembered how much she loved beauty in her past life, yet was dragged down by her family. Died on the way to exile. My heart just softened. "I'm definitely gonna make your wish come true today." But who would have thought, of all people, Li Yurong was on the other team? She was giving me this weird look, staring me down. I just ignored her, focused on the polo match. But she was out to get me, trying to trip my horse one second, chasing me like crazy the next. But her skills were so pathetic. She ended up falling off her own horse first. In the end, Sumo and I won the prize. Just as I picked up that pink and white hairpin, I saw Xiaoyue storming over with Li Yueru. I knew trouble was coming. Xiaoyue glared at me, furious. "Shen Huaiyan, why did you mess with Yueru? Happy she got hurt? How did you become so vicious?" Is she blind or what? I frowned. Young Master Xiao, polo is all about skill. Bumps and falls are part of the game. If you can't stand to lose, maybe you shouldn't play. Li Yueru's eyes flickered with disappointment. She's right. It's my fault, I'm not skilled enough. I shouldn't have wanted that pin just because it looked so much like my mother's, and overestimated myself trying to win it. My mother's pin was lost long ago. No matter how similar, this one isn't mine. It's all my fault. Brother Xiaoyue, let's just go. She sounded so pitiful. Xiaoyue's eyes immediately filled with heartache. His face darkened as he barked at me. Shen Huayin, are you deaf? Give the pin to Yueru now! I didn't budge an inch, no. Xiaoyue laughed in anger. He took a menacing step forward, his tall frame looming over me. My heart clenched. I suddenly remembered the helplessness and rage from my past life, pinned down and bullied by him on that bed. That fury surged up again. My eyes reddened as I yelled, Xiaoyue, are you seriously going to use force? My sudden outburst caught him off guard. He seemed to think of something, stopping in his tracks. He said slowly, No, I'm just trying to talk this out. I kept a straight face and shot back. Nothing to talk about. Shen Huayin! How can you be so unreasonable? I shoved the hairpin into Sumo's hand. Sumo, go get the princess. Let her decide what's fair. Let's see if a prize we won fair and square should just be handed over to a shameless, demanding noble like you. Sumo nodded nervously and took off running. Xiaoyu tried to stop her, but it was too late. Nonsense! How can we bother the princess with this trivial matter? The princess assisted the emperor to the throne. He holds her in high regard.
是让长公主得知她大世子，强行来要她给出的比赛奖品，不光惹她生气。
Not only will she be furious, the whole duke's estate will lose face. Seeing his dark expression, Li Yuru softly pleaded, Brother Xiaoyue, calm down. Miss Shen is being so stubborn, probably because she resents that I'm marrying you as the primary wife. While she can only be a concubine, she's just bitter, that's all. But honestly, doesn't that just mean she cares about you? We'll all be together for a long time. I believe she'll get over her prejudice against me eventually. Let it go, Brother Xiaoyue. Let's just go home. Xiaoyue shot me a dark look. Shen Huayan, I don't care what grudge you hold, but understand this. Yuru is my life. If you dare bully her, I will make you pay. You don't want to suffer that again, do you? That was a threat. But I'm not jumping into that fire pit again in this life. After they left, Sumo came running back. Only then did I snap out of it, realizing my back was soaked in cold sweat. Yin, are you okay? Your face is so pale. The princess had already left. I couldn't find her. Did they bully you? I smiled. I'm fine, I scared them off. That's good. Even if he's a duke's heir, he can't just do as he pleases. Someone's bound to put him in his place. Right, he's just an heir after all. On the way home, I ran into Baichu. He was waiting for me on purpose. Seeing me, he hurried over and said with sincere apology, I'm truly sorry, Miss Shen. What I did last time was wrong. I've come to apologize properly. I know this can't make up for the harm I caused. No way I'm staying overnight. Xiaoyue felt a pang of disappointment. He quickened his pace toward Shen Huayan's courtyard. The courtyard was draped in red silk, yet it was deathly quiet. He hated the silence. Frowning, he ordered the lackey behind him. Go get some servants to attend to things. From now on, no one is to mistreat him. The lackey stared at his back, utterly confused. There's not a soul in this courtyard. Doesn't the young master know? He opened his mouth to speak. But seeing his master had already rushed ahead, he hurried to catch up. Xiaoyu stood at the bedroom door, catching his breath. He thought, if Shen Huayan is really that clingy, staying the night with him might be okay. Having made up his mind, a smile crept onto his face as he pushed the door open. Huayan? The next second he froze. His hope vanished. The room was completely empty. Where is Shen Huayan? The panting lackey caught up. Young master, what concubine? He went to see someone. Our men report the empress arranged a marriage for him. Xiaoyu's face fell. He roared. Why did no one tell me? My wedding to Jiang Shujin went smoothly. After we crossed arms and drank the wedding wine, he carefully hid the sachet with our hair. Then blushing, he looked at me, flustered. Huayin, you're so beautiful today. I lowered my head, shy. I know. Wait, I meant, it's getting dark. The red bed curtains were drawn. Jiang Shujin's gaze burned into me. I swallowed nervously and whispered, be gentle. I'm scared. Okay. His touch was feather-light, tickling a spot I couldn't escape from. There was no escape. Like a boat adrift on gentle waters, rocking endlessly. My tears dried and fell again. I lost count of the times I heard, Yin, you're even more beautiful when you cry. I finally fell asleep exhausted. Jiang Shujin's family was small. A cook, a lame gatekeeper, and his childhood servant. It only felt livelier with the few maids I brought. So, there weren't many rules. I slept in late. My maid had been pacing outside. Seeing me awake, she said, "Miss Trouble? That young Master Xiao is here." The groom is stopping him. "He's acting crazy, demanding to see you." After washing up, I went to the main hall. Xiao Yue and Jiang Shujin were in a stare-down. Seeing me, they both reached out. "Wife, you're awake? Are you hungry, Huayin? Did someone force you to marry him?" I looked at Jiang Shujin. I placed my hand in his, remembering last night. My cheeks flushed. "I woke up too late. I kept you waiting." "It's fine." My wife must be tired. Xiao Yue watched our intimacy, his eyes red with anger. "Shen Huayin, we had a deal. You'd be my concubine. How dare you marry him?" I glared at him coldly. "Young Master Xiao, that was all in your head. I never agreed. I told you long ago I wouldn't marry you." "My husband and I haven't eaten. Leave." His face darkened. He yelled, "Shen Huayin, come back with me. I'm your husband. You love me. Have you forgotten our past life?" I didn't want Jiang Shujin to know those secrets. I cut him off loudly. "Xiao Yue, my marriage was arranged by the Empress. If you're unhappy, take it up with her at the palace. I have no feelings for you. I wish we were strangers. Now you've married your love. I've married mine." "Please, stop this." Xiao Yue turned pale, staring into my eyes. Searching for a lie, there was none. After a long silence, he gritted his teeth. "I won't give up, Shen Huayin, you're mine. No one takes you from me. I'll make Jiang Shujin's fate 10 times worse than last time. I'll wait for you to beg me." After Xiao Yue left, Jiang Shujin gently held me to go eat. He must have had many questions about the fight, but he asked none. Thinking of Xiao Yue's words, I panicked. "Shujin?" I'm afraid Xiao Yue will retaliate. A tender smile broke through Jiang Shujin's usual stern expression. "Don't worry, Yin. Your husband isn't someone to be bullied. I have a plan. I'll be very careful." "How can you just take his word for it? For all I know, you're the one setting me up, Jiang Shujin." Jiang Shujin didn't even blink. He just pulled out some reports. Calmly, he said, "Your Majesty, I have a memorial to present. I found a forged suicide letter at the treasurer's house framing the crown prince. His son was also located at the third prince's residence. Here are the remaining witnesses and evidence for your Majesty's review." The evidence was undeniable. Furious, the emperor ordered a full investigation. Anyone involved would be severely punished. Xiao Yue was dragged away immediately. His eyes bulged like a rabid dog. He screamed, "No! This can't be! I was supposed to win! Jiang Shujin, it's your fault! You married Shen Huayin. You ruined everything. You screwed me over." While Xiao Yue was in prison, I went to see him once. When he saw me, he yelled with red eyes, "Shen Huayin! We were husband and wife for a lifetime. All those years of feelings. How could you be so heartless to betray me?" "Why? Why?" I looked at his bloody, tortured body, his pathetic, wretched state, and laughed out loud. "Why else? I'm here for revenge. A lifetime of marriage? It was a lifetime of torture by you. So how does it feel to be the meat on the chopping block?" Xiao Yue asked the dumbest question. "Shen Huayin." "You hate me," I sneered. "You forced me to marry you. Then blamed Li Yuru's death after her marriage on me. Tormented me like that. How could I not despise you? Xiao Yue, I wish I could kill you myself." He froze for a few seconds. But I made you a duchess. I took care of your family. Shen Huayin. You loved me once. And deep down, I cared for you too. I went about it the wrong way. Disgusted, I said, "That was me being blind. Being loved by someone like you, Xiao Yue, is utterly revolting." Xiao Yue shouted after me. "Don't go, Huayin. Don't leave, Shen Huayin. Come back." The whole mess wrapped up in a few days. The third prince was imprisoned for life. Consort Xiao was confined to the cold palace. Xiao Yue was sentenced to beheading. Li Yuru was exiled. They say before his execution, Xiao Yue kept screaming my name, muttering insane nonsense no one understood. He desperately searched the crowd for me, right until the blade fell, his eyes wide with Buganshin. After things finally settled at the front, Beichu returned to the capital. He ran into me on the street, strolling with Sumo. He bowed deeply to me. "Shen Huayin. Thank you for your advice." After that day, I thought long and hard. Realized how much of an idiot I was. Saw clearly what I should do. A few months on the battlefield, knocked that pampered softness right out of him. He gained a soldier's toughness and grit. I smiled and nodded. You're welcome. A man of the Bai family stands tall. He won't disappoint. The Bai father and son served the country well. They deserved a good ending. Sumo's bad luck turned around too. She was back to her pretty, cheerful self. Tugging my sleeve, she whispered, Hey! That Bai Chu isn't as annoying as before. Actually looks kinda handsome now. Trying not to laugh, I said, What? You like him? Oh, no, I don't! Stop making stuff up! Jiang Shujin wasn't crazy busy anymore. He made loads of time for me. About the military grain swap, he saw I didn't want to talk, so he didn't press me on how I knew. He just got more clingy, more loving. Jiang Shujin is meticulous about everything. I complained the Zhu's osmanthus cakes were too sweet, but others weren't as good. So he listed dozens of ingredient ratios from cookbooks, tried them one by one. With his brows furrowed like that, you'd think he was doing scientific research. When I teased him, he said seriously, What my wife likes to eat is the most important thing. Try this one, how's the taste? I took a bite of the offered cake. My eyes lit up. This is so good! I really like it. Right, I nodded eagerly, terrified he'd make more and I'd get sick of them. He fed me the rest, smiling with satisfaction. Wife is full now. My turn to eat. Jiang Shujin! You're impossible! It's broad daylight. It's fine, close the curtains, no one can see you.